Welcome back everyone, it's time to learn everything about Iuno in 5 minutes. She can either be played as a supporter or a DPS role depending on your team setup. Let's talk about Iuno's 3 different states. First off, you have her normal stance as shown on the screen, a half moon state, and then a new moon state. It sounds confusing at first, but it's actually really simple, so let me help you out. The half moon state can be triggered by doing an enhanced E, which is available when you use your intro, use a skill, or basic attack 3. When you're in half moon, performing basic attacks fills up your forte gauge that is consumed in the new moon state. Aside from the attacks in half moon state, you can also fill up Iuno's forte by casting intro skill, resonance skill in base or half moon form, and the resonance liberation. The best way to fill up the forte is to cast intro and then her liberation afterwards, which will fill it up completely. To enter the new moon stance, simply press the jump button or the spacebar to jump into the air while in the half moon state. This will replace the previous forte gauge with the bow symbol that indicates that you are in the new moon stance. Now you will have 2 charges of your skill. Remember, your skill does more damage when you are in the full moon stance. Any attacks or skills in the new moon will consume the forte to increase the damage multiplier of all of your attacks. Consuming a forte will also heal characters and restore additional concerto gauge. Now Iuno's Resonance Liberation is quite simple to understand. Casting this does a single nuke and puts you into the half moon state. This means if you were already in half moon form, you will be in half moon when you cast your ult. Then you can press spacebar to enter the new moon state, which also bypasses the cooldown. If you were already in new moon, then you will remain in the new moon state. Now let's talk about Iuno's support capabilities. As mentioned earlier, Iuno is capable of healing and generating concerto by consuming her forte. When her concerto is full, she can perform a special heavy attack which summons a full moon domain. In this domain, the resonator restores HP and stamina. When you gain a shield in this domain, you also receive 4% all damage and for 10 seconds, stacking up to 10 times every 0.5 seconds. As for the egg set, you want to go with the 3-piece Crown of Valor with any 2 arrow damage for DPS and support. However, you can also opt out to using the 5-piece Moonlight set if you want to go super support. As for substats, you want to go for crit rate, crit damage, liberation damage, attack percent, and then followed by energy regen. Skill priority, you want to go with forte skill first, and then the rest can be either between liberation, skill, and basic attack, and then followed by intro last. For support Iuno, you want to go with intro, ultimate, spacebar, skill, skill, basic attack spam, then heavy attack once your concerto gauge is full, and then outro. Very simple. As for DPS Iuno, you want to go with intro, skill, spacebar, skill, skill, attack until the forte is completely depleted, and then use your ultimate to refresh your forte back to full, attack till forte is depleted again, and then heavy attack, and then outro. Moving on to her weapons, obviously her main weapon is the best for her, followed by Zhang Liao's signature Verity Handle. Other options include Rosha and Zani's signature weapon as a good stat stick. You can also use the standard 5-star weapon or the 2 Battle Pass weapons, but it'll start to fall off from there. Now let's talk about her teams. Just a quick reminder, I have 2 separate videos showcasing both DPS and support teams for Iuno, so make sure you check them out in the next videos. Alright, support Iuno, you want to go with Augusta, Iuno, Shorekeeper or Verena, Zani, Phoebe, and Iuno team, the Gion SK Iuno team, and then we have the Karthia, Iuno, Shikona for the current tower buff. For the DPS Iuno, we got the Iuno and Augusta duo, which is extremely strong. Iuno, SK Verena, and Shikona for the tower buff once again. Iuno, Shorekeeper or Verena, and then Yinlin or Jansen for the liberation outro damage. And then if you want, you can go with Iuno, Shorekeeper, and Brett for fun. Do keep in mind her DPS output is not going to be as amazing as Augusta, but investing in sequences will greatly boost this damage. Which brings us to the last part of our guide. How strong does she get with these sequences? Starting with S1, 20% solo DPS increase buffs moon stances, ult regen, and then a heavy attack immunity. Moving on to S2, another 20% solo DPS increase and a 15% team improvement. This buffs her damage and the team. Then we have S3, which gives another 20% solo DPS and further buffs her Moonlight stance damages. As for S4, it provides a shield based on 160% of Iuno's attack to everyone in the party after using an enhanced heavy attack. S5 improves her solo DPS by an additional 5% and slightly increases her ultimate damage. S6 improves her damage even further by 35% and shorter rotation and an additional 220% DPS for longer rotations. Alright, we hit the 5-minute mark and you're still here. That's amazing. I appreciate you watching until the end, and as a token of my appreciation, I'm selecting 2 people in the comment section below for a Iuno $50 pack giveaway. The winners will be announced in 7 days using a randomizer. Results video will be posted on my Discord wuwa section, and I will comment on the winner below. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you all in the next one. So Iuno has a little bit of some skill cancel. So if you press E twice, E, then during the second E, dodge cancel the second E, and then you'll be in the half moon state. Then if you press spacebar, then ult right away, you could also skip some skill animation to go straight into the certain moves. So that's pretty useful to know if you wanna speed up your time, you know, be a little bit sweaty. But that's about it. All right, peace.